What's up, guys? This is Emmanuel from TeamDBZ Biscuit, and today we're coming at you with a coffee time discussion on Guide to Your Side. Before we jump into this, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, be sure to check out the Patreon. If you like the content, be sure to hit us up on the Patreon. Give your love and support over there. Also, we'll be giving exclusive content over there that'll be separate from the YouTube and other accounts. So let's jump into this and let's see what we're coming at you with. A lot of different things have changed in the meta, and the meta is going to be progressively changing even up through to April and step into the new master rule. And because of that, there are cards that you should be able to pick up now. That way, you go ahead and get a jump start on the way things are going and way things are going to be shaping up. And three cards that I'd like to talk about today is, one is Nibiru, the Primal Being, Dimensional Barrier, and the last one is Witch's Strike. In my opinion, these three cards could be very, very pivotal, especially now and moving forward. There's plenty of combo decks that's gonna have to be forced to make certain plays just to be able to get their board set up and be able to make the plays that they want to, and being able to have that Nibiru out to be able to stop them in their tracks can be very, very useful. Dimensional Barrier is another one of those cards that we're getting ready to step into the new master rule, and we got already heroes that are going to be getting pretty good buff right now. A lot of people looking at the heroes. You got ABC, other fusion based decks. You got your synchro based decks, your pendulum based decks, and also your XYZ decks. Things like Burning Abyss, which is a fairly good deck right now still. It can really make some really good plays. And also you got Witch's Strike. Witch's Strike is a card that many people do not really keep their eye on, but I feel that this card, especially now since we have a lot of control decks getting ready to take a pretty big bump up, and it's going to be something that really is something that can really smack down a control deck. It's not something that is easily take out control decks, and this is something that can do about it. But let's talk about these cards individually. We have Nibiru, and Nibiru is a card that, if you don't want to run Lynx, you don't want to run Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, things like that, it can be very hard getting past the Nibiru. If you go all the way in with a lot of decks, it can be very detrimental. And the way things are right now, if you're playing, you got Dante. If you went ahead and played, Burning Abyss, they go all in, they can go Nibiru, they can get their plus back. It's not going to hurt them that much. But let's say you're playing something like Pendulum, TG, your Synchros, or your Masked Heroes. This is something that can be very detrimental to them and really put them in a very bad game state. Pendulums, if they don't get the Mystical Beast Jackal King out there, Pendulum's in a bad state. Same thing with Synchros. If they can't get a way to get after 4 monsters on the field, they got to be able to go into something like a Crystal Wing or something like that can stop the Nibiru. They're in a bad state. And Heroes, well, Heroes, they're just going to take that L either way. But Nibiru is a card that has been really starting to see a lot of play, and it's something that if you don't have them right now, it's something you won't pick up because it's going to be something you're going to need later on down the road. The next card I'd like to talk about is the Dimensional Barrier. Dimensional Barrier is a card that it pretty much, if your opponent's running a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Pendulum card, it's not Lynx, but if you're running any of those, you automatically flip this, cut it off right then and there. They got no battle phase, they got no effects, and that can be very, very helpful going against a lot of matchups. And the reason why I say that is you have this new Performer Power Celestial Magician. The only reason why I think they didn't bring back Skullcrobat Joker is this guy is the new Skullcrobat Joker. To be able to get a search at the end phase once there's a Pendulum monster on board, that's usually one you're going to have this come out as Pendulum summon it out, not normal summon it. If you have any of your Pendulum monsters on board and they start activating their effects, if your opponent flips this, they're done for. They're not going to get the battle phase that they want, they're not going to get the effects they want. Even if they do get to complete their board, they're not going to really get the effects they want to be able to continue their plays. The same thing goes with synchro based decks. This will completely shut down a synchro based deck, and also your hero based decks, which is really something that really is, especially with all the fusions that's coming back. Master Rule 5 is going to be coming. I feel that Dimensional Barrier is a card that can really be helpful in really helping you lock down your opponent whenever they want to go to those really massive board breaking plays. The last card I want to talk about is Witch's Strike. The thing about Witch's Strike is, I know a lot of people don't like it because of the way it's a slow card. In all honesty, most people would much rather play Denko Sekka or Red Reboot. The problem with Red Reboot is now it's at 1. That's true. If your opponent has 3 of each of the Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, Solemn Warning, if you decide to normal summon the Denko, they can end up flipping the Warning and this Denko's nothing, and they still have their 4 cards on the back row they can still make their plays with. The game is going to be slowed down dramatically, really drastically, and that's the reason why I feel that Witch's Strike this could be the format that Witch's Strike could be able to be played. This is also a good card against a lot of the control decks like Guru Control, your Frog decks, even some of your Trickstar decks, and even Trap Tricks decks. This right here could be easily a good counter to them. It can also counter some Pendulum decks depending on how they set their boards up, things like that. But with having these 3 back at 9 in a deck, yes, that's a lot of life point cost, but they're not trying to use all these cards for life points anyway. They're trying to stop you. So if you lock them down, you pretty much guaranteed to win the game right then and there just by flipping this 1 card. That's something that a lot of people have found interest in, and a lot of people said that they don't like also because it's a slow card. But we're not going to be building up boards like we used to. It's not going to happen for a lot of the decks the way things are. It's going to be more controlled and more slow paced, but things change, formats change. But guys, that's it for this discussion video. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you think should be side deck options coming in this up and coming format. Don't forget to be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the link button down below, the like button. Also to be sure to come check out the Patreon and the other stuff in the description box. Be sure to hit the description box up below. This is Emmanuel from Team DBZ Biscuit. We're out.